GLW spiking here. Tim Cook with Apple CEO Tim Cook at Corning Plant with Jim Cramer on CNBC.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Checking sound. Okay, let's get ready for Happy Friday. It's supposed to be a pretty bullish market today, so whatever we look at should be pretty good. We'll see how it goes, obviously, like always, but just reading the overall news. What are you doing over there?
Corning shares right now up almost $2 at the high. As that's GLW as Apple CEO Tim Cook at the Corning Plant in Kentucky, speaking to Jim Cramer on CNBC right now.
Oh, interesting. Just looking at that news they're talking about right now. Well, so we've got NVIDIA bullish, AMD bullish, Alibaba is bullish, CoreWeave neutral, Palantir neutral, Robinhood neutral, slightly bullish, SMCI neutral to bearish, HIMS neutral, Marvel bullish, RKLB neutral, Oracle bullish again, Apple neutral, slightly bullish, and then Tesla neutral. Tesla went way up yesterday. SPY is generally bullish. The QQQ is bullish. Tech stocks, AI-related stocks, NVIDIA, AMD, Oracle.
Discovery off the highs now, getting a little pop here. 1768. David Faber on CNBC now discussing the possible bid by Paramount Skydance PSKY for Warner Bros. Discovery. That's Whiskey Bravo Delta.
Marvel and indexes like the QQQ SPY are seeing a bullish bias supported by a dovish shift. This is all about, I think we're going to end up, but things are going to start going. September's typically it's a pretty slow month if you guys, for those of you that don't know. But everything's kind of weird now. So we had that weird emotional dip on the AI based on, we're in a weird bubble, which is just not true in my opinion, but everything's my opinion, right? I hate it when people say in my opinion. I say it all the time. You'd be more like you should say it's someone else's opinion when it isn't your opinion, right? So anyway, I just basically read the ones that were hitting the scanner that I have for the 50K movement. Right now I'm using the scanner that's 50K volume in a 1 minute candlestick, 1 minute. So, we'll get more than just the 100K ones. There's NVIDIA on the 5 minute here. So you've got this could possibly be one to watch today for scalping, to get a... Yeah, no. So let's see. It must be way high over here. There it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and mark that out. That's it. Right now, I'm trying to think about if there's something I want to do at the open, which is what we're more in a hurry for. Nope, I don't want to do that. That's a 30 minute.
Joby expands production capacity, aims to double aircraft output with new facilities. Juliet Oscar Bravo Yankee.
get these fibs marked out on this anyway. They might actually come in handy today. Oracle's been the RV stock of choice lately, and which isn't really, because it's got a catalyst, doesn't make it the best RV, but it's still, you can trade the RV strategy, which is support and resistance and channels, really with anything rating a 6 or above on their criteria, and still do quite well with it. Take a look at some historical data here, just recent, just to make sure we mark these peaks. That's the general area. I could just zoom right in. This is about it. Well, let's see. Does it have? Yeah, here we go. Let me start back here. Yeah, so these should be this level, smooth across here. Maybe. Who knows? Possibly. I'll pick up that peak and then smooth these two. That's about all I can call over there. And then let's zoom in on more current action. So those levels might possibly come in if it went up today. And see, that one came across and it respected it 8 days later. Fib picked up that. I mean, there's some consolidation here. How does that translate to this level over here? A little bit.
ELBM spiking here. Bravo Michael, ELBM, $1.10.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not worthy there. All right, so that's about all I can do on that. But let me just take a look at... let me get Oracle in my ballywick, so to speak, because it's not hitting the scanner. So I did mark some historical data recently on that. So this is actually pretty decent if this starts to consolidate here for us. It moves a lot like Tesla, you know, as far as its jerky price action. It's 1879. Wow, this is so tiny that I can't possibly. Hey, look at that. That was a miracle. Let's see, 45.72.
$2 now on ELBM.
Look at that. Damn. When you're having a good day, you're having a good day. So we've got it. Hello there. How are you? Are you going to amuse me? Good luck today? Yeah, that's my microphone. Good. That's a good sign. Yeah, everybody hears you now. You're famous. You're a very complainy kitten. Yeah, so we look at these channels and just see, I would respect the fibs a lot more. Let me just see on a 2-day. Really? Okay. Yeah, pre-market 2-day. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to mark that. Oops, we're not doing that. I was doing pre-market stuff earlier, so let's go back to not 1,000 shares. So, let's see. Just trying to see, guys, what I might want to go for. So if you just got here, welcome. This is Professor with Day Trading for Success. So I will be trading live. I might take a trade at the open as if it's something presents itself. I don't recommend it to do that. But then mostly we're going to be looking for consolidation 11 to 15 minutes after the market opens. And really, it doesn't get going where we can really have a better chance of picking the probability of the direction until really after 10 o'clock here on the East Coast of the United States, which is a half hour after the market opens. Remember, I'm not a licensed financial advisor, so please pause and read that. You should seek the advice of someone you trust. This is basically the day trading plan that I think, this is what I'm going to follow. I think you should follow everything on this except this part. Add to your position when you're already in it. This is more advanced. So you'll see I only enter into 25% of my position based on a swing trading strategy. And then I might scale in larger even as the position, even when it's against me, if it seems to show signs of recovering back the way I want. That's when I might scale in at that point. Not like swing where I'm scaling in to a level that we originally wanted to take our. Usually when you're not going the full price on swing, it's because you're afraid it's not going to get down to the dip that you want. You're afraid it's never going to get there, so I better get in now, and then if it keeps going down to the dip, then you scale in the rest of your position, so it won't be as good a position as had you just waited. But what if it never went there? Then at least you're in the move, right? So that's the basic strategy, and then you scale out as you're making money too. Let's get a look at hood. Wow. Okay, so I definitely traded that with intraday levels yesterday. So let's just clear the drawing set and look anew at this. Look at that dip, huh? One down to 113. Remember when it was hovering around 100 forever? We were trading it, so you could always count on it kind of going back. But now with the news, I don't expect it to go back down that low again. But you never know. So we are marking out we are, but other people are too, but marking out the fib levels right now, which is something that every trader does if you're scalping usually, and ours are based on the RV strategy levels from day trading volume 1. I hate to mark that kind of a spike on the aftermarket. I don't trust that at all because that's a drop. Not a drop. You can a stock drop that you can't rely on that. So really, we got to go into the 2-day. It was really more like right here on the open session. So I'll mark it right there.
Aviation, ticker JOBY, now up just over 6% after the company announced it will participate in the White House eVTOL integration pilot program.
So we'll get a look at this. Kind of thinking about maybe Oracle at the open. See if we got historical data here. Did I mark historical? No, I didn't. Right now, guys, I'm just marking out the charts in anticipation that might be helpful when the trading sessions start. And then I will do intraday levels once action starts. Here's where it's channeling right here for hood. And we did make a couple $100 on hood yesterday. We ended up with a pretty decent day yesterday. I didn't actually do a recap. I'm realizing as I'm talking to you guys that I didn't actually do a recap. So let me show you how we're doing. Getting it together. There's how we did. Yeah, so we did pretty good. I ended up doing pretty good yesterday. I mean, we ended up, I think we were a couple $100 when I stopped. And then here's how it, so 355. So this month is, there we go, 1,800. So we're $1,800 right now, and a pretty good week this week for this kind of, because I kind of switched it to, I'm trying to go for about 200 a day, although I originally said 150. So overall, here in this studio, we're doing pretty good. I don't know how you guys are doing. I hope you're doing good too. We're about to be live in a few minutes, and I'm having a real hard time finding anything that's exciting me to trade at the open. Let me go back to Oracle. And then I'm kind of waiting to mark these things out to see, you know, what's going to be moving. Oh, no, not that. Hang on. This is, I think that was set for Tesla. So the half and whole dollar will now populate when the market opens. No, they're saying bullish on this. And I'm just wondering if it's going to spike back up. I guess I would look to see it to go all the way up here before I got in. But man, that's... but this moves really fast, so you have to be careful on this stock. I mean, many dollars is what I mean to say, so in one direction or the other. But this might be an exciting one to look at the open. Your split's insane. Maybe just do 50 shares. That's our new. Yeah, so it's got news that is positive on it this morning. I mean, it kind of already did its move, but when you get news on the back of that, you know, after the pullback here, because I think it's done its pullback. This is my logic. We might get a spike this morning. So let me put in my order at, here, turned around right there.
Shares of Joby Aviation now up over 9%.
I turned it back today, right? Yeah. I'm going to put it in at 306 roughly. 306.50, I think. I'll put a buy order at 306.50 and see if I get picked up. And hopefully it doesn't do that and then spike way down on me. Is that, no, that's 307. That's not what I want. Can I not read? 306.50. I'll do 48. All right. All right, we got a little under 2 minutes, guys. Good luck. I'll be, of course, zooming in on more of the consolidating safer stocks to trade after this. Really, oh, is it going to break it before I even... I'll have to just get off of that if it breaks it ahead. It's already starting to go up. You can see over there it is. All right, I got to get out of here. Never mind. That's too close to the open of what it's going to open. Let me, I could have dragged that up, I guess. Let me go up to 307 and try it there. I just don't want to get picked up on a little tiny spike and then have it fall right off instantly. So I want to make sure it's really going up. So we'll go up to 307. Now, I don't have the 30-minute marked. I don't have all the pre-market levels marked like I should have done. I just came in a little late, didn't have time to do everything. Or I'm moving slower this morning. I don't know what it is, but I've been thinking that I should be marking the 30-minute breakout when I do this open and trade the actual open strategy rules, which we'll be doing more of that in the future on this, because I trade this a little bit differently than I do my main a couple of accounts. But anyway, good luck, guys. We got about 25 seconds. If you're attempting something that's stupid, but if you're waiting it out, then you mark up your charts with the fibs. look for support and resistance levels, get a head start, and then we'll get into the consolidation as we see what's really happening. Here we go. The price action here. I'm at 307, trying to get picked up. Yeah. See if it spikes up there. God, Thinkorswim is so jerky. See, it's not even moving. Oh, is that really the oh, you know what? I'm just getting out of that. I just looked at the volume. I'm like, no, thank you. Wow, that's the volume? Okay, so Oracle's not like, that's why it's not hitting the scanner. My God. Somehow I lumped it with the others, so that was dumb.
Opening roughly flat. NASDAQ up about 0.15%.
Gone. I'm off of Oracle, guys. I'm off of Oracle. It's moving like a behemoth. I'm not interested in that. So that would have been a pick me up and then drop off there on Nvidia, huh? Went up to 178.44. Let's see if there's any strong enough bias here to attempt to scalp this really early before consolidation, which you really, again, that would have been a pick me up, lose money. It's the danger of setting those. I worry about those spikes that you get picked up and then it goes the opposite direction. But I think we can rely on this to stay in this general area today. So if you keep your share size low enough, you're going to get the retracement that you need to make money on this. I'm going to make this 100 shares. So before a consolidation really happens and I get a bead, I might try some scalping over here based on the fib levels and historical data levels here. We've got a nice little channel right here. That's the $half level there. Let me see if anything on the large caps is actually moving up in any big way. Nothing. It is literally flat, like he just said. Tesla's moving up. It's up $3 from the open, so that's interesting. Apple's up a little, about $1. AMD, nope, it dropped. It looked like it was up, but it opened higher and then fell. Palantir's up about $1, and Hood is flat. So Tesla is continuing to move up based on future news. This is going down, and I'm kind of want to be long biased on it, so I'm not going to take this trade. Maybe come in on a dip down here and then go take a look at Tesla. That's a 77, that's 76. I'm going to go ahead and go in there. Didn't pick me up. There we go. Okay. So I'm going in on a recovery, so that's a quick $19 there. So I went in off that a 77 whole dollar with the fib to back me up to get out if it broke that. And just took a quick $19 trade with 100 shares. So kind of saw it setting up and went for it based on price action. So I'll stick with this a minute longer because I got a feel-good feeling after making a quick $19 on 100 shares. I have caramel-flavored coffee this morning. I went over the news earlier if you just jumped in, and it's mostly biased bullish. It's bullish bias on the overall market, but not real strong on any one particular stock. So we want to see those breakouts. But then, yeah, so now Tesla's up $4 to $374. So I am getting more attracted to that. I'd like to see it pull back, though, and then go over and look at it for consolidation. Now, that's an expensive stock for everybody. So you'd have to, lower share size. I think our max on Tesla is 250. So you'd start at like 50 shares if you want to be safe. If you made the PDT rule, which I hope you have if you're over here trading or you're practicing on a simulator. So let's see what's happening here. We went all the way up to, we didn't even go up to 178. So this is just moving within $1 range here. So this is very small range here. Very safe. There it goes. Now, I hesitate to go short here because I think it will be bullish today, but let's see. I'd like to get a pullback here, and then I go long again. This 77.20. I'm looking at the bid right now to see if I can slip in. Although, if I want to get in, honestly, I should just go market because it's such a tight spread that it's not going to hurt me either way. So I just want a bigger dip than this. Get back down there. So now it's hitting off this fib and seem to be respecting it at 27 cents. There it goes. Well, no, didn't do it. Keeps getting to be small trades here. I could have taken like 3 or 4 trades here for tiny profits, $8, $10, $12, which I may start to do the way this is moving. It's moving very slow. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get in there ahead of the even dollar down there, anticipating that it will bang off that and go up, and then I can scale in more if I want here as it comes back up. So that's not good. Okay, so that actually broke it. Okay, so I'm still green for the day. Well, I was green for the day. So if it breaks back up through the 77, I will add to half my position. There it goes. All right, so let's see if that's going to do good for me or if it's going to hurt me more. We want it to spring up now, obviously. Back up toward this fib level. So I'm at 09. So let's get it up to the fib. It hasn't really decided on an early morning trend yet. I'm at 77.09 looking. I'm going to go out on market if it gives me an opportunity up here to be green on my trade, not just green for the day, obviously. So here comes the second green candle coming up. So it should push it up here. Want a big, nice push here. No, it didn't. Oh, that's not good. All right, so it's hurting me now. So I always looked at this fib as the fail-safe, the 68 cents down there, which will be painful at 200 shares. But that's where I would look to get out if it breaks that. So I'll hold it till that point at least. It's getting very close to shaking me out here. I like that the swelling's starting to go up again, which is good. I'm not going to add to full position because this could drop down a couple, but up there it went. So that hurt me. Is that it? That looks like it's it. Yeah, I got to get out. I should have got out right when I said I would get out. So I didn't. I didn't, and I'm down $86 because of it. Okay, so we have to try to come back from this. Again, I am long biased. I'm not going to play this short. So I have to reassess here. I mean, we're kind of early to be playing the consolidating way I'm playing right now, so to speak. I mean, it needs to set a channel, and I was just playing long biased on the price action, and it backfired on me as I added to my share size. So that's why you don't want to do that unless you really can handle it, you know. This is where it shook me out and back at that level. But really, I should stop watching it and wait for it to consolidate. So that's what I'm going to do. Wow. Okay, so I think it's time to go see what Tesla's doing over here because it's insane now. So, yeah, it's straight up. So a lot of people are jumping in on this because of the news. They think it's going to go up another $100 or something. So the infamous they, but I think we can probably play this long biased on a pullback, but let's get a look at the price action. Be mindful of your share size. I just lowered mine back to fit. See how the price is going to go up? So that's the market magnet telling you, confirming that this would be a good place to buy a pullback. And I was just a little bit behind picking that up. Could have got it at 20-something cents down there. I missed that. Magnet pulled up, so it's going to go. So I kind of missed it. I'm not going to chase it. I'm going to look for another pullback here. So that called it, and I just came over a little too late to pick up on that. There it goes. Yeah, a lot of this is the Fed cut news, too, for all the stocks being kind of bullish. New high. Let's definitely want to pull back, guys.
That the FTC is probing Amazon and Google over search advertising practices.
All right. I tried to get in there at 04. You're going to pick me up? Nope. Get out. Let me get a better, closer look at these whole and half dollars. I mean, it's blowing through 50-cent levels like nothing here. So this is, see, I went up a whole dollar from where I tried to get in a second ago. Man, so now 78 is the mark. I think the only way to get in this is to buy market, and it's the spread is tightening so fast here that, okay, I'll try it. 33. I hit it at 15. See, that's what I was worried about. I hit it at 15 on the bid, but I hit market, and that's why it's that's only 50 shares. So I will hold this until I see a substantial pullback on it. If anything, I might actually add to this as it pulls back a little. Let's see. It gives me an opportunity to do that. Well, I don't want to see that. I meant add to it when I'm green, not when I'm red. So, wow, there it goes. So look for 380 to absolutely be a stopping point. So be careful at 380. I would watch the 380 number. Man, here we go, huh? Kind of wish I had 100 shares for you guys. Thinking about adding there. I was just thinking like add it as it goes up, you know. Like a momentum stock. It's acting like one. At the same time, it's like you're going to fall off this. I'm just going to get out. Yeah, because I feel like we're going to fall off this 380, and then we could have a chance to buy a dip. So let's pocket some of that. Just keeping an eye on it to see what's happening here. Got in again at 86 cents. Really? One share? It picked up one share. Did you see that? Man, not good. Not good. Rather than flatten, which I normally do to get out of this situation, I'm going to put in the exact share size. Yeah, it's slowing down, so we're gonna try to just get out if I can on a swale up. Nope. Let's do a quick swale up and pick me up. I'm gonna have to get out here soon. There it goes. It's dipping off now, so. Market's going to kill me if I have to get out on market. There it goes up. You can see it swaling. So that's a good sign. Boom. Thinkorswim freezes. Man. Come on, guys. You can handle this kind of price action. Come on. You're a very expensive platform. See, it's stalling before the 380. It's like it's found its spot to start consolidating. So we kind of take our money and run here at this point. I was waiting for it to get me more toward even money up there, but on this trade, but it's not doing it. It's actually falling. Ah, there you go. Now it's going to hurt me. Okay, well, I'm going to hold it into it. The way this, see the price action above it, there goes the magnet. So, oh, that was pulling the magnet down or up? No, that pulled it up. Okay, so we should expect a spring here. Nope, sellers came to the top over here. There it goes. There you go. A lot of price action above the magnet. Let's get out up here and just reassess if it gives me any chance to get out green on this actual trade. Man, it's really stalling here, huh? Tend to want to just take the profit and go that I do have, but it keeps showing signs of a breakout still. There we go. So I got out $75 now. And then it goes. Yep, of course. That's the puppet master said. He's out. Go. Yeah. We've almost recovered what we lost over there at NVIDIA. It's exciting. It's exciting, guys. So see how it hit 380 and breaks that 380. You know, it's going to go a bit higher for sure. So I'm looking for a dip, but I kind of like to get it down where it was. Like 378.13, like a whole dollar down from here. Or at that $0.50. I'm going to go in right at the $0.50. Pick right above that $0.50. That's a better position than I had before to try to ride this back up. There we go. That got us up to $95 real quick. So look at the consolidation it's giving us here finally on the 1 minute. We're starting to get some back and forth. So being careful here with your share size. And oops, I had 49 shares. Yeah, be careful with your share size. And when your dips, remember when you're buying the dip that it could just shoot. So have your exit in mind. Is it $1 down, 50 cents down? You know, because if you're doing 50 shares, that's $50, $1, you know. And it can happen, as you know, with Tesla, like before you could count to 5. It could happen in 2, 1, 2. So 79, it's been holding here. It's going to trying to break the 79.50. I'm going to look to see for a dip back into the 78s area in there, a little lower maybe. It's not going as low. I don't know if that actually happened or that's a shadow wick there. Yeah, it's really going to do a breakout. Yeah, there it goes. You can see it's pounding that 80 level. So we want to look for a, I'm going to look right into there for a pullback. 72. No? I'm going to get out. Yeah, I wish I would have got that 72. See if it pulls back down again. It still might reject off the 80, 380. So, you know, sometimes it breaks it a little and then it really flushes on those whole dollar. $10 amounts is really what we're looking at here. Nope, it's gone. It's made it. It's made its move. So now a dip at the 80 would probably be a good dip if you're doing the dip and go kind of thing here. Wow. Now what goes up must come down. So we're going to get a big flush at some point. So be careful. You don't just start counting on this happening. Some of you who just got in and are continuing to ride it are doing great. And congratulations. Of course, it's safer to bank your profits and just look for another entry, but you can also not make anywhere near as much money doing it that way. Oh my God, literally just out of control here, right? When you feel like just jump in, market, and just go with it, that's when it gets you. So just think about the logic of what you're doing. I will try to get in down there at the 85. Nope, I'm going to get out. Didn't pick me up fast enough for me to stay down there. Definitely looks like it wants to go down. Bigger move here. All right. Now this could be a big flush, so, or it could be just a little, oh, it didn't pick me up. Oh, it did pick me up. I was like, let me out. So now, are we going to go back up there too? Yeah. So I'm going to wait for a little bigger move, having watching this action, thinking to myself, I should have just held it. But now it's getting into the numbers where I want to take the profit. Yeah, so 133. So we'll wait for a dip. Remember, we're just going for 150 to 200. Of course, if I had held it, part of me wants to increase. You guys, I'd be doing 400 shares on it, or 1,000 shares on this. And not batting an eye. But we're going to keep it under this PDT logic of this strategy for everybody. Man, huh? It's painful not to just stay in it. Just go with it. But then you get this big flush. You could get this big flush. So now we're looking at the 82 to be the spot to get in, right? To get a dip. Anything below 382, try to get a dip there. It's not going to do it. Tried to get in. I got it at 85 cents. Now I'm just going to, I'm going to watch this number a little bit, because that's where I'd want to be worried, not the individual trade. I could let that go a little bit red, but I don't want this to go down below 100. So, like it just almost did. See that? On 50 shares, it did that, right? So that's, there it goes. So, yeah, that's an evening star at the top of a trend, and that is not a reversal sign, really. So it kind of is. So it depends on how you want to do it, how you're looking at the overall. Yeah, it's starting to hurt me here. At any time, this could be the flat top and the breakdown. So you just have to assume that it's going to go against you. All right. I have no place to set a sell except just the safety of banking it. I have no logical place. It's in the stratosphere right now for any kind of short-term action. So you could try to look at, a long-term thing, but at this point, I'm just going to ride it because it's just out of control. So just mind your overall day here, and wow, huh? I guess, you know what I'll do? At $200, I'll bank it for the day. If it gets there, I'll bank it at 200. So let's see if it gets there, and then just ride it again. So that way I'm being very, very conservative to keep the money in the account in case it does something funky here. I'm already counting my chickens, so to speak, because we're not there yet. And I do have confidence it's going to keep going, but that's a kiss of death too. Like, just take your money, bank your money. Try to bank it. There we go, 207. So let's not lose it. Remember, it can go just as fast or faster, so be careful. Now, made our goal. If you've made your goal, you should walk away. You should walk away if you're anywhere near your goal, 150, whatever it was, $100, $50, whatever it is. Don't get all excited and blow it all, I'm very excited. I'm very excitable, but I have the deep pockets to handle my foray into trading. So everybody has to think about what works for them. There it keeps going. So this would be 250 now. It would be. So you go, I missed it. And this, in 5 minutes, could be down here, red. So, you know. Now, what a lot of people do when they get the money that they want and they want to keep trading is they lower the share size. So we could do that, you know, just as an example. So you can't lose it as fast if it starts to go against you. You just get out, you know. So it's giving you a safety bid here. So 284, I'm looking for it to drop below 284 to buy a bid. There is no new news, and this is out of control. I'm looking at the other stocks, guys, on the list just to see if, I mean, most things are down. Yeah, everything's pretty flat except Tesla is just, it's just its own animal, you know, like it typically does. It just does. Wow, so I'm out of the range of the price now. So let me get this. Let me get these back in here too. I'm just going to take a breath and just not get overexcited here. So you guys just be careful. So let's get this set up to, I'll take this to make it at 390. It won't be on anything else, but since I'm staying here, we'll get it in the price action of where we are. So we can use those half and whole dollars. Because we have nothing else up here. We have no oxygen up here. We're up in the stratosphere. So this is when you pull the G-forces and you pass out and your plane hits, your jet crashes. You like my little analogies? Look at this. I was looking to buy a dip off of 84 when I left here. Now it's a dip off of 85, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Geez, now off of 86. I'm just going to try to get in there. 93. I only have 20 shares now. So get ready for it to go down because I got in long. Now, I would feel more comfortable riding this small share size up because, you know, I've got a huge cushion and let's just see what this puppy does, right? Maybe we'll just... You know, it's got a target of 99 cents, $1 target here, $1 target to hold it. So I've almost made that target. It was that'd be $20. So it stalled at 387. Like it hit a wall there. Bug on a windshield right there. Let's see if that's gonna. Last thing he saw was his eyes going through his butt. Okay, so definitely another evening star. Some people call that a gravestone. There's a reversal sign, depending on how you want to call it. Or it's just its typical pullback that it's been doing briefly. Oh, it dropped me below 200. Now, see. Now I'm glad I dropped the share size. I'm not going to add to this size. I'll just take a hit here if I have to do it here. That might have been it. That was a reversal sign, guys, so I'll hold out. Oh, wow. Okay, so I don't want it to go below the 150 on my day. Is this really it? Seems like it's really it, huh? Be careful adding to this. I was able to take a pretty deep dive holding this, but I don't want to be stupid and just let it all go away. So, oh, it's turning around. So it shook a lot of people out there for sure that were holding it. Now it's turning back around. This is where I'm tempted to go in to double the share size because it's showing recovery, but it's just acting so weird. I'm just gonna play it conservative right now. So we're back up to 183 dollar-wise. This is a 32 loss trade on 20 shares. That's a...
Coming up, Michigan Consumer Sentiment 58.2, the consensus.
Something is really driving this right now. Over 1 million. That was over 1 million, but that was less volume. So that candle was like 1 million, right? That was going down is stronger now, so it's hitting the magnet for support. The upper range, that's the 50% range. If you even want to count such a thing on this kind of parabolic move, it's kind of hard to read the indicators that are basically designed for consolidation. So you see the buyers didn't even make it to the top on the Scalp Pro. So this would be one I'd watch for this kind of action. But everything's slowed down now. It's got a whole new lens now. It's all slowed. So it's coming back. Goes. I'm almost green on this particular trade, so we're back to over $200 on the day, and now it's going to keep going. So you would not want to jump out now. Can it break that 87? That would be give us confidence to hold into the move longer. Break the 87, get 87.20 over here or something, and then it pretty much is going to keep, it's a sign that it's going to keep going. You never know anything for sure. Wow. So it went to 87.34 in a split second there. Was that a shadow wick? I didn't see that happen. Maybe it did happen. Wow. So that's good. So that means that we can hold in this. We did our dip. We held into the dip if you were able to hold into it. It didn't shake you out. And now we should see some clear skies moving up. Let's see. A lot of people got shaken out there. Hopefully you guys weren't one of them. If you're even in this trade, I never know. The way it's moving, I could be taking multiple trades here. So that's what I'm thinking about now, is just take the profit, get back in on the dip, take the profit, get back in on the dip, because it is starting to consolidate now. So that's a better way to trade this, the way it's moving now. Because it broke back down all the way off that 87. I thought it was going to just go, and it didn't just go. So anyway, there's no reason to jump around when you've got this right in front of you. If you can afford the action, just lower your share size so you can afford it. And you should be able to make some decent bucks here. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get out there. So got me up to 22. See if I can get a dip down here again and ride it up. So that's down at 85.64. Seemed to be a lot of, this was a lot of resistance in that area. If we can get a dip down here, try to ride it back up and just I'm not going to raise the share size or anything. I think it's just perfect for how it's going right now for our small account. Almost went in there. It was close. $386 and below, right in that area. Try to pick up we already would have had a 40-cent, trade there. Yeah, I think that was its pullback, and it's going to keep going now. If you look at the 15-minute and the 5, there is no pullback. Everything's green. So we're looking at micro data, which can sometimes throw you off, and sometimes it can really help you. Volume has dropped quite a bit because it was over 1 million just a few candles ago. So we're entering a mode where people feel we're at the high, which could really signal some reversal coming down, some retracement. So be careful. I'm not ready to short it yet, that's for sure, but I could be as time goes on here. So let's take a look. This is the second ceiling it hit, the second time it hit right up here at 88. Four times now. It's trying to do 5 times. Trying to do a breakout at this sort of a flat top it's making. And that is the 88. No, that's the 87 mark. I mean, $87, 387 even. There's the dip to buy if it's not starting to retrace. So you're seeing signs of, this is the opening candle on the 5-minute, so that's why it's red over there. You can see that's what that vertical line is telling you. So this is very tempting to go long here on the dip, I got to tell you. Just watching the level 2. I'm going to go ahead and go for it and just get ready to get out if it keeps flushing. Yeah, I don't want it to go too much further here for me on this move. Let's see. 50 cents down off my position would be an area I'd want to think about getting out. There it goes. Nope. There we go. Like break through that 80-cent mark. There it goes. Now we got a decent trade on to ride it up. So I'm not going to get super greedy here. Just try to get a little bit more money on that. Try to just trade it like a consolidating stock now. Now, if you went in and you just held, I would hold through this at this point, definitely, until you really, it breaks down enough. I mean, hopefully you have like a 1/3, 1/3 system or something where if you're riding it up high, you know, you can get out of your position and you can scale out as it starts to stall. And then you've banked your money while you're still being able to, you know, take a profit if it keeps going, then you can scale back in. That's momentum trading. And hopefully if you're just riding a trend, you know how to do that, how to manage your money. Look at this tweezer move down here. That's interesting. Again, it's just micro data here. And I have no indicators to go on. So I have $1.50. I keep watching the news down here. Nothing has happened. What about the whole market? So MU's up. It just hit the scanners. Not by much. I look at not from the close of day. I look from the open when I call up. So BITMI is up $1 from 50 to 51. Palantir's up $2 now. NBIS, that's hard to borrow. I was just trying to negotiate the borrow things earlier when I was trading. So you can, when you go to borrow, you can set a percentage, the maximum you would, you know, I'm only going to pay this much percentage to borrow. So don't, if it's below that, automatically allow me to borrow and go short on a hard to borrow stock. If it's above that, then no, I'm not interested. So you can, depending on your broker, you can set that so you don't have to keep renegotiating. And then you only pay that fee once if you're paying the same stock. So because it's a fee to connect you to somebody that will let you borrow stock. So a lot of people are confused by how that works. So you can do it. Wow. Okay. So there she goes, huh? Do I want to try to go short, or is it finally because it? Yeah, that was kind of the flat top over here, right? So it broke it. So now we're hitting new heights. Well, that's good. So we can trade consolidation long biased again here. So we might as well stick with it. It's only 38 minutes into the session. You can see we've got a nice consolidating pattern on volume right in the middle, right across the line, but yet we're long biased, right? So getting a dip is good. So we've got a channel here from 87 down to like 85.50, $1.50 channel. Think about that with your share size. Man, I want to go short. I just don't think it's a wise move. Seriously strong trend up. I love to retrace, you know. But hopefully everybody's having a good day today. We're kind of just raking the money on this one, but other smaller priced ones should be starting to move here a bit. Yeah, it was just Oracle. I didn't realize that Oracle was trading like a worse than a Microsoft kind of trade. I went over there thinking it's just not hitting the scanners. Why isn't it the scanner? 4,000 in volume. I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing over here? Now I do have alternative routing, but it's gonna cost me money, you know. So it's probably why the fills were so bad on those. Oh man, I would like this to pull back and not just chase this thing. Anywhere near the 87 even? Yeah, I'll try that. I got it at 02. So that could go down to say 85.50, and that'd be $30 for me. And that would be a spot where I'd say, yeah, it's maybe retracing too much. Or just take a small trade here. It's only 20 shares, so I have to look at this number as, you know, you get anywhere near like $15, just take it, because you know, it's moved quite a bit. But you see how the target's lowered down here? So that's now we're up to 249 the hard way. 20 shares. But I mean, I bet a lot of you are at or even 5 shares, you know, and you're making money, right? So I'm sure I'm going to hear from my fellow traders how they made $10,000, $20,000, $40,000. Rub my nose in it. One guy said, "What are you, stupid?" You know, as you go through life, different things can motivate you to what you are. I like the idea that a lot of you are following along and being able to make money within your range. To me, that's a feel-good thing. It's not that I don't want to make money. I do, but I'm doing quite well. So now you look for other things, and I don't want to sound too hokey, but it's just true. It's just the way it is. You know, the greatest feeling you get is when you've helped somebody else. There is no greater feeling than that. And you guys must know what I'm talking about, whatever the case might be. Not necessarily money, obviously, just anything. You help somebody else, a little bit of your time, make them feel better, make their problems less. I'm going to go in for a dip there to see if I get it. I didn't. Already, had I gotten that dip, it would have been already, at one point it was 50 cents already there. So now I gotta get out of that. So I gotta read this differently. But it's consolidating here again at this 88 level. So when it breaks out, it might really break out. It'd be good to get a dip though down here and not chase this. Trade everything like you're trading 1,000 shares. Trade everything like it's a huge amount of money to you. You got to have that attitude to be safe. And if you're sweating and shaking, then your share size is way too high. You know, you might be getting a cool adrenaline rush like you're on a roller coaster, but do you want to bet the family farm to have that much fun? Probably not. Okay, again, wow, that was a good enough dip if I can get it. Okay, I got it. Now it might flush, so yeah, get ready to get out if you did what I did. It could be that this is going to be the big move down, or it could spring all the way back up and be a great trade in a split second. So my fail-safe would probably be, well, $1 is $20 here. So we're way down to the level that it was stalling before, which was it was 386. Right, there's 386.50. There's 386. So we don't want to see this keep breaking down here. Now it's going up. So let's get up to our flat top. Let's get up to at least the dollar range up in there, which would be about another $20 to the position. See, the magnet's going to pull up. See it coming in, guys? This is where your liquidity pool is huge. So there, boom. So that should spring it, and this should recede back, and this should go up. That's the market magnet telling you, forecasting, like, do this trade, because it might take a minute, it might take 30 seconds, but it should go straight up here. So let's see. So we're looking for it to go to 388. And I'm looking at this target range as well. So maybe a little less than that would be safer to get out. You know, like 387.50, 387.60. And I'm counting my chickens before they roost or hatch or whatever it is, because it's actually going down. So went up off the magnet, but then came right. Nah, see, you don't want to see that. That's going to pull it back down. So that's not good. Now the 5 minute showing its second red. Okay, so I'm thinking about getting out of this move. Two more seconds, and I'm going to be out of this move. Just if it keeps going down, it's starting to recover a tiny bit there. Okay, good. Let's recover. I really didn't want to see it negative more than 20, which is $1 down from my position. There it goes. It's not done going down. It just was a little reprieve. Yeah. A lot of me wants to add, but this could be the beginning of flush. You see it red on the 5 minute now, so take my eye off of it, and stuff happens. I was about to try to zoom in on the 15 minute down there, but I feel like this could flush fast, so I'm keeping my finger on the sell here. Yeah, I'm out. That's it. Too much. That's it. So we still kept 222 for me here as it's flushing. Let me get a look at the to see if I want to try to play this dip. Now they're all showing a dip, right? So now it's not just, well, some people would still call that micro data, right? That you're looking on a 15 minute chart, man. Jesus, I only trade on 1 hour charts. Now you could keep buying the dip, hoping that it goes back up, and it doesn't. So that's you ride it, you stair step down, and it kills you with little paper cuts. $10 down, $20 down. Before you know it, you're 150, then you're 100, then you're 75. I know it's gonna go up, man. Yeah, this is now looking bad, so I need it to settle down before I do anything else with it. Let me go back to NVIDIA, because I know I have a negative here that I have to deduct from that for the day, right? So let's see if I can, there's a way I can, if the price action on NVIDIA is a way where I can make some money here. Let's just see, because now we're into real consolidating territory, and I want Tesla to do whatever flush it's going to do before I try to trade it again. All right, let's see here. Well, if you rode that up, congratulations. You hopefully made some money. Don't overstay your welcome. That is a nice looking level. So we've got a total fib channel here, and then a tighter fib channel with some historical data marked in. Let's look at what that historical data is. That's line 3. So line 3 is right there. So it's the more recent one. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty tight there. That's a pretty good one to trust because it hit it so many times. So I think that level would be worthy if it's actually, yeah, I mean, it's just toying around it on the 5. Let's see what it looks like on the 1. So there it is on the 1. It did reject perfectly off of it a couple times. This is actually, I'm going to go from that breakthrough to here. This is actually a good looking consolidation level here. Oops, I don't want to do that. So let's go. So is that, where is that level right there? Let me mark those flat tops right there. Like about right. I'll smooth those right there. So it's 78. So let's get this moved over here. Once you mess with the $1.50 level, then it's going to be wherever you set it.
ATCH, Atlas Clear shares up about 15% at the high. Alpha Tango Charlie Hotel. earlier reported
There's our ATR way up there.
75% in their wholly owned subsidiary that was reported earlier this morning, ATCH, Alpha Tango Charlie Hotel.
So I'll be looking to go short off to 78. Let's see if it's going to reject up there or just keep going. I'm going to look for a pullback right up in here on the 178 and take a chance, even though it's moving up pretty powerfully here. That would stand to reason that it would do what it has been doing. It might not even hit it, but I'll wait for it because since it's so strong, I have to account on the fact that it will continue to go up, maybe even up to the fib up there. Do we have any new news? Let's see. AMD is actually going down. Yeah, SMCI is going down, Supermicro. So did it not make it? It rejected off the MAGA. It never made it to the 178 or even close to it. Some ways that's good too, because if it continues to go up, then it gave us a chance to get a profit before it did it. So a retracement, a small retracement there. Is that the beginning of a larger one? Maybe. I would tend to be long biased. Like it said, the whole market is biased on the upcoming news. So if I'd rather buy a dip down here than buy a short up here. But there it goes. It's getting closer to that. There's a 90. Oh, God, I'm not going to chase it. I'm not going to chase it, guys. Just stay on target. I'm talking about the news. I'm just hearing the news thinking, I should go over there and get that. I can make money real quick. But it's a different style of trading that we're doing. So we'll stick with it for everybody. And
hitting near $1 now, up about 39%, 40%. Michael Astor, Delta.
There's so many opportunities, so many different styles of trading. So it's really, consolidating and rejecting off this level, which is kind of where it's marked before. So I definitely called it right that you'd want to go short. It just didn't even make it to the top. It hit that level for a split second. I don't want to go long, though, unless it's way down here. But he's actually crawling. Camera can't see you. Now, I don't like when people go behind my monitors and stuff because I fear they're going to unplug me in some way. Oh, is that clock still fast? That clock is still fast. I resynced it this morning, so what you see is like a second fast. So it's stupid. 2 seconds fast. So you shouldn't even be looking at it. I turned off the wrong one. I'm going to turn that off. So some of you watching that's going to mess you up. Yeah, it's it syncs off my computer. This program does. So something with my internal clock. They said ChatGPT said it's the battery, and I don't know how to change a battery inside of a friggin' hard drive. But that it should be syncing with the cloud. Yeah, I know. There's a person back there. Just don't get into a big situation here. Now the cat has seen we have electronic difficulties. Please, I have enough distractions. Just do your musing job. All right, we're still looking for a short up here, guys. This is the difference between this and Tesla's. This is a very slow moving. Tesla's at 87.30, so it's 50. So it's about where it was when we left it. more time it takes here, the more it could have a real breakout, because it's making a flat top here. So keep in mind, if you're going to go short along with me, that it may just really move up high, and we may want to go short a little above this level now. Yep, here comes price action above the magnet. So this is where most of your volume price action is up here. So that means that the average will move up, which various indicators tell different traders, and then they react to that. So this is sort of a forecast of how other traders might react. It's actually telling you what just happened, but then people have different ways to react to it. So, man, I can just tell you this is so slow, though. Jeez. It's just made this, I kind of made the flat top channel here. That's a very short-term level to respect, because that's really intraday. I'm just trying to get a bead on this. It's basically what scalping is, because you're doing short-term, so you're marking short-term levels. So here it goes. Is it finally going to break way out up there? Or is it going to fade off that? I hesitated to get in at the 98 cents just because of it could be a real breakout up there. But
IONQ hitting new highs now, 55.97, up 19% on their merger getting regulatory approval.
could have got a small trade there, but only 10 cents.
56.04 now.
Yeah, I'm going to wait, guys, because it's just, that's what trading, most of trading is waiting. Yep, so that would have been a 12-cent trade if I grabbed it right there. 12 bucks toward getting that green over here. At least we're green for the day, which is good with thanks to Tesla. This is what you do, though. You wait it out until you get a real good setup. You're looking at your volume. You're looking at your risk oscillator. You're looking at your historical data. You watch level 2. The more you can zone in on, the better chance you have of predicting the probability of the direction.
US and UK warships transit through the Taiwan Strait.
Yep, you wonder about whether China's just going to go in and take over Taiwan and get all their chips that way. That would be one hell of a friggin' war. And the market would crash. More importantly, no. Oh boy. This is molasses again, because this whole price action is so small that it's not. Even if I get a trade, I'll be sitting on the trade to make 10 bucks for like 10 minutes. So if it doesn't start doing something really radical here, I'm going to get a move away from, because really this has only been moving like 10 cents here. So this is ridiculous. So let me see, what is Hood's down. Is there anything that's moving in a oh, well, Tesla did go up. It did continue to move up. It had kind of consolidated there, and now let's get another look at it. Did a big climb there from this level where it was stuck. So there may be an opportunity is what I'm saying. So let's take a look at the overall picture here a minute. Long biased with a consolidating pullback. Long bias and a consolidating pullback. That's what I'm looking for. Make sure I get enough of that flat top over here so I see where it is, which is right here. So it broke out there right at the, now I don't have the whole $1.5 here. Oh my God. By the time it gets set up, it's like the price action's gone. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted that. Look for a 391 maybe. Nope. Man, it is not done going up, huh, guys? That was just a momentary pullback there. There's the flat top there, 388. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I do know my share size is higher than the 20. Yeah, it'll take forever to get back that $80 on NVIDIA, so I've got to get over that thing of every stock should be green. I tend to have that feeling like I want them all to be green, not just green for the day, and that's kind of stupid, right? It's just that's me gamifying the trading market. Like when I'm handling with Call of Duty, nobody can die when I trade. When I trade. Age of Empires, it's like all my citizens will survive. Back in those days. Nice. Tried to get in at the 50 cent, which was at 49. Waiting. I got out because it looks like it was going to dip again. No, I wish it would have picked me up. It would have been a good trade. Again, it's trying to break out up there at the right, just below 392.50. So I'm looking for a dip down here in the 50 cent area, but I missed it. Yep, there it goes. Almost. It's a penny away from breaking out. Man. Really wanted it down there at that 50 cent area there. Tried it again, it didn't pick me up. What are you doing up here? Would you come back and give me some good luck? Okay, what are we at? 10:32 on the East Coast. We're just going to have to chase this thing in a way and quit waiting for the perfect dip. That was not where I wanted to get in. Got out of that one. Although it would have worked. Yeah, I might be just being a little too conservative with this, if there is such a thing. Man, broke another dollar. Broke the 94. Jeez. Okay, finally got at a decent. I find that decent in view of this price action, but I may not when it gets down here. Yep, see, it wants to hurt me. Just don't watch it. Take a breath. It's going to come back. I'm feeling less conservative as I watch this. Like I just want to go for the money and trade like I would normally trade, but which would be even add, But, you guys, you really have to be careful and trade with your max loss. And I guess my goal for this small account would be maybe get this up to 285, so then I know it's at least 200 for the day if you take away the NVIDIA losses. It's just resting here a little bit. There's no problem with this stopping yet. This is real micro data. The 5 minutes still. The 5 minutes going to close green because it would have to break right down here to make that close red. So that means a lot of traders are going to jump in on the 5 minute again, or stay in their position. So that's in 1 second. Close green. And now you're going to see this go up. It should go up. Sellers didn't even make it to the top, and the volume dropped with the sellers. There's not a lot of stomach to sell, much more to buy. So get the Scalp Pro meter, guys, because it tells you what's happening inside the candle. So it's very, very helpful when you're trying to get some backbone to hold a position. 15 minutes just straight up. Of course, anything can happen, you know, but the data is helpful. Here's how many pennies I'm off my position right there. And there's their target. So if you went short, you hit your target range. A bunch of people jump out. And long, we want to go the other way here. So hopefully you have stopped and banked and stopped trading if you made your money. I hope you are not over trading. I'm trying to get a specific goal for this account with Charlie, and she's pretty much mimicking my trades, even though you should not do that. Through all the drama, in the end, I come out green, like, almost all the time. I don't want to jinx myself, but yeah. So now it's hurting me. So now I'm only $100 up for the day, or a little less, if you take NVIDIA. That is not what I wanted to see happen. All right, so let's see here. So this is the level down here. $2. You can count on a $2 down is fairly standard, the way it's been going. But look at the sellers get stronger here. So not what I wanted to see. I'm holding into it because I told you I was going to be a little more risky with this, but I don't advise it. $392.50. $392.50 might get me to add to my position if it's going up through $392.50, but it is not. It is still toying with breaking that level here, and it did it. Wow, so there it goes. About to be red for the day again. This is why you hopefully held to your profit, guys. Hold to your profit. So I may have come over here just in time for the total retracement of this. So it broke the 9, it just broke the 20. The magnet's way down here, so this is this is looking worse as I hold it. Man, that is not a good trade now. Is it going to break the 392? Oh man. It may shake me out here, so it's sad to see all the profits go. I can get it back pretty quick, especially with this stock. So that's the way you have to look at it. It's just like you had your money and you didn't hold your water. Too bad for you. Oh, I thought it was going to go up again, and it's not doing it. I hit the, oh man, not good, not good. Oh, okay, I'm going to get out. So that's it. Wow. So I just blew like $200. Still green, but that was painful. So again, I hope you guys pocketed your money there. I didn't see a sign anywhere that this was going to stop going down. So I just like, now, because I sold, that's a support level for everybody. There it goes. Oh my God. And I was going to buy at 390.50 and there it went. You know, double down to 100 shares. But good thing I didn't, because then I would have been hurting more. So that's too bad. Well, I'm hoping you guys pocketed your stuff. I'm going to switch to the other session. I think we did pretty good overall. If you stopped when you should have, several $100s up, and then I overtraded, and then it decided to reverse on this. So still, I will be nice and green before this day ends, but right now I got to get to the other session. And I hope you guys have a good weekend. Thanks for being with me, and I will see you on Monday. Okay, guys? Go green out there.